All right, welcome to MindBody Chair Yoga. And yeah, we're gonna need, oh yeah, we are gonna do a little bit of balance. So if you have something like a light pillow or a block or like a stuffy like we did last week, we're gonna continue our kind of balance and stability journey together. So coming to our chair, coming forward, taking the knees nice and wide, and if you need to have a sweater because it's a little bit chilly, just making sure you're really comfortable and closing the eyes or gazing downward. We can stretch out the face, squeeze and spread the toes, open and close the hands a little bit, and just maybe roll the shoulders, and then finally come into a nice tall spine. Some big breaths in, some big breaths out, just allowing yourself to come into the body, maybe a bit of a cocooning sensation, just like this snow is, kind of creating the perfect conditions for kind of cocooning ourselves inside for who knows how many more days. Just shift the attention to the breath within the body. And you can observe the rising and falling of the chest. And this is a really great opportunity to notice just the quality of the mind, and quality isn't judgmental. It's just like what are you noticing? Is it very busy? Is it kind of jumping from thought to thought? Is it resting on one single thought? Is there worry? Is there ease? Just checking in with how things are with the body, the mind, the heart, without any goal to fix anything. This is just observation, free from judgment, just seeing how things are. And then we get to check out at the end of the practice and see how things are then, and see, will there be a shift? Will there be any changes? Sometimes just this pausing and observing the breath, you can start to notice just slight shifts. The breath can kind of slow down, the shoulders soften, and the tendency for the mind to kind of chase thoughts, that can shift too. Bringing the attention back to the breath in the body again and again. So that you know these bodies better, your own body better, and to know the mind and the heart a little bit better. So with that, we'll take our hands up to heart center. And if you'd like to set an intention, this would be a good time to set an intention, perhaps a dedication even toward yourself or others, or whatever is kind of resonating with you in this moment. Remembering to bring kindness and compassion to whatever it is that you're inviting into this space. And with that, we'll initiate with a unifying Om as we inhale together. Open the eyes, release the hands, stretch out the face. Great. Let's take the arms out at the sides. Reach the arms up to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, swan dive down, taking the hands just to your thighs or the knees, fold forward. And we'll do that again. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, swan dive down. Lead with the heart coming forward. Inhaling again, arms up. Exhaling, reaching back until you take the hands to the knees. And then nice and easy, just rise up. We're gonna bring our hands to heart center. And just do a little, almost like a sun salutation for the arms. So we're gonna have hands at the heart. So if we're kind of thinking about like from my heart, so Valentine's Day is tomorrow, so we'll bring a little heart imagery here. So from my heart, and then reaching forward, pointing the fingers forward, we make an offering to your heart. We'll open our hearts together, and then we'll rise up. And then coming back to your heart, we'll make an offering forward, opening up, and rising up. And we'll do one more from your heart to your heart. And we'll open the hearts and rise up together. Big breath in, and now we'll trace those angel wings back behind you. Big breath out. Roll out the shoulders. Stretch out the face. Big breath in. And big breath out. Nice. Okay, arms up. And on top of each other, we'll inhale, reach the arms up and open the heart up towards the sky, bringing the arms down and then crossing the arms the opposite way. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, coming down. Let's do that again. And again. Open up that heart, lift it up. Exhale, arms out at the side. Internal rotation on one shoulder, external rotation on the other, gazing over the open palm. And then we'll just really nice and easy move slowly, but with intention, making sure that that movement is being initiated by the shoulders. One shoulder forward, one shoulder rolled back, switching over, one shoulder forward, one shoulder rolled back. And we'll just do that a few more times, bringing attention both to the upper back, the muscles attached to the scapula, but also as you do it, seeing if we can, again, keep that heart lifted. Nice and easy. Release. Let's get watery. One way, and then watery the other way. All right, we'll bring our right arm on top. So we're back to our I Dream of Jeannie. Lift the navel. Let's even lift the arches of the feet here to feel really grounded as we lead with the left elbow, gaze, heart, and belly remain forward as we bring our shoulder stretch like at this kind of lateral level. So asking our shoulders to move in this kind of lateral direction. We're going to switch the other way. Because our shoulders are kind of amazing. Like if you think about the structure, right? All the different ways it can move. So we are especially trying to, and then we're going to release, move our shoulders in ways that we don't often move. the shoulders to maintain that really nice mobility and flexibility within the shoulders. Okay, fingertips up to the sky, inhaling, exhale, draw one elbow down, one elbow reaches up energetically, and then back over the other way. And then clinging onto the fingers, really pull to feel the resistance and slowly draw down so that you can really explore and get to know when you recreate resistance here and draw down, where are you feeling that stretch for you, right? Like everybody holds tension differently, depends on, you know, and let's lean over to the side, like if you shoveled this morning, or if you were shoveling last night, you know, like, or if you slept funny or whatever. So it's just like, get really, really curious. And roll it out. Okay, so we're gonna do another, all right, I'm nice and warmed up now. Taking our hands, so similar one, what we're gonna do is reach one arm up and bring the elbow up and bring the other hand just behind the back, and the palm is facing your neck. The other arm, there's internal rotation, and the back of the hand is touching your spine, working toward getting the fingertips toward each other. They don't have to touch, and we're going to make this into a flow anyways. So we're just going to then bring it over in the opposite direction. So top hand, the palm touches the spine, back hand, the back of the hand or the back of the fingers touch the spine. And we're just going to kind of almost like these are like the arms of a windmill, moving in one direction and then moving in the other direction. Stretching at the face. And we'll do that one more time. And release. Roll up the shoulders. Okay, take your hand, a finger on your chin and tuck it in. And that's just to get the neck long first. Remove your finger. Drop the head down, feeling that stretch in the back of the neck. Let the head be heavy. We'll take the head a little to the left, a little to the right. Bring the head back to center. Inhale, lifting the chin. Just take our arms back behind you, and actually I'll add a little something before we do the head movement. Inhale, lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and you can even slightly gaze up, and then exhale, release. Lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then exhale, release just to neutral. We'll do that one more time. Lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then exhale to neutral. Big breath in, grow tall. Exhaling over to one side. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, gazing over to the other side. Inhale back to center. And we'll repeat that. And so the arms here are pretty loose behind you. It's just to have a little bit of grounding in the shoulders so that when you do turn the head, there's that sense of a stretch in two directions. Big breath in and exhale, release. Okay. So we're going to take your hands and let's put your right hand over your heart and the other hand over top of it. Just gently kind of just pressing into the chest there. Now we're going to lean the head away from the hands, kind of bringing the nose up to the ceiling. And probably you can start to feel that stretch a little bit from under the chin and the neck and the chest. And so we're just going to gently press into the chest. And if you want to like kind of lift the hands and just kind of press down like just like a gentle massage. And then turn your nose down to the right shoulder. So that's the opposite side where your hands are. Just explore that range of motion. And then bring your nose back up all the way kind of over the left shoulder. And then we'll go down and up. And as you're making this movement, we're just gently kind of pressing into the chest. And I don't know, I have this urge to like stretch my face as I do this, so that's up to you. And then next and easy, we're just gonna release, let the head come back up. Big breath in. And big breath out. So we'll come over to the other side. So just that gentle pressing, lifting the nose, lifting the chin up and kind of on an angle away from the hands. And here we can just do that gentle kind of pressing, that little bit of massage here. So feeling that stretch in the front of the neck, part of the body we don't think about stretching very often. And leaning back, and then we'll just hold here. And we'll turn the nose down to the left shoulder with that gentle pressing, and then turn the nose up over, almost practically over the opposite shoulder. It's not going to reach to there, but just in that direction. And down and up slowly. And then there's that option to kind of like stretch out the face as you're doing this. So the vagus nerve kind of originates up back in here, and then it comes down through the front of the neck and front of the chest here. It continues down. It's a very, very, very long nerve, but it's so nice when we can kind of take care of this nerve because it has such soothing effects on the body. Okay, we're going to release and just let the hands come down and just see what you notice in the body, any sensations. Big breath in, big breath out. All right, so we're gonna do something else new. You know, when, like you've probably seen collies play with a ball, they take their snout and they put the snout down and they kind of push the ball like to play. So that's kind of what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our nose down. As we're doing this, we're going to round the back, come forward in this forward fold, bring the nose back up, heart lifts, and then we're gonna do it again. So we're coming into this rounded shape, like, and then an arched shape. So it's like cat-cow, but we're not bringing our shoulder blades into the movement necessarily. We're really focusing on this wave movement of the spine. So it's important that you really take your attention to the spine. As you lift the heart, we've got this arching. And as we come back, really draw the navel back, tuck the tailbone, tuck your nose, or sorry, the chin, and then move the nose forward in this wave-like motion. It's a nice gentle flow as we continue this care that we're giving our body from the top of our head down into our spine, our chest, and now let's just focus on the pelvis. We're just going to rock that pelvis, tuck and lift, and we can lift the heels too as we do that. So we've had a little bit of warm up there. So being really tender to the low back, especially if there's been any, you know, some stress to the low back from activity outside, lifting snow, lifting wood, etc. We'll drop the heels, tuck the tail, and now we'll come into that rounding, reaching the arms and the shoulder blades draw away from each other. Inhale, lifting the heart, lifting the tail, and really opening up through the chest. So exploring, you know, the difference between those two spinal movements that we did. Both have, you know, different benefits. The cat-cow is a little more dynamic, but less focus on kind of the individual vertebrae movement that we did with our little, collie playing with a ball move. I think I have to come up with a better name. Oh, wave, spinal wave. Okay. And release. Good. Let's take our left hand over to the right thigh. Reach up and exhale. Just lean over to the side. Inhale up. Let's turn our heart up towards the sky. Nice, slow and steady. We're not in any hurry here. We're just taking care of this body like we're giving it a massage from the inside out. Now we're going to inhale up and turn to the right side. We're moving right into a twist. Here we are on the right side. Inhaling, growing tall, and just exhale, guiding the spine into this spiral shape. Taking your mind's eye, observing all the little muscles, tendons, connective tissue that's getting a nice stretch as the vertebrae move in this spiral shape. And then we're just going to inhale, unwind, and come back to a nice tall spine. We're going to take the opposite hand over, inhale, reach up, and exhale over to the side. Inhaling up, and exhale to the side. So I'm actually taking a course right now. It's called Accessible Yoga. And so I got to see this really beautiful slide. Inhale up, exhale, twisting to the other side. Big breath in, exhale, coming into that spiral shape. And in the slide, it showed like these beautiful cushions between each vertebrae and how important the spinal movement is for the health of these cushions between the vertebrae, right? So that they don't get kind of like brittle's not the right word, but over time and as we age, these cushions, they start to get smaller, right? They start to shrink a little bit. So just keeping like this really nice, gentle but generous movement in all these different directions is so good and so healthy for the discs in our spine. Okay, inhale, let's take the arms up to the sky, reaching up. Exhale. Stretch out the face and roll up the shoulders. Great. Hands at the knees, gently squeeze and can't see that in my camera. There we go. And just pivoting on the heel. So bringing some attention to the ankles, stretching out the face. Good. Release the hands, and then we'll do this up and down. Flexing and pointing. Breathing in and out. Keep lifting up through the navel and letting that heart shine up really high. Good. We're going to take our left knee, squeeze it into the chest with a tall spine. Squeeze and spread the toes. Circle the ankle one way. Circle it the other way. Point and flex. Okay, we're going to just kind of gently flex the foot, bring it over the knee. We're going to just kind of play around with the feet a little bit here. We're going to take our fingers, spread your toes as wide as you can. You're going to take one finger between each toe. Okay, and then we'll just gently kind of hold on to the foot, and we're going to circle the ankle one way. Circle it the other way in a real nice, gentle, caring, and tender way. Bring lots of generosity and kindness to the foot. They make these little products that you can put in between your toes like that. I think they're called like yoga toes. It's really nice for the toes to get spread apart like that as best you can. Okay, now we're going to release that. take both hands, kind of wrap your hands around your foot, and there's a spot right, kind of right under the ball of the foot. Just gently, very, very gently, because if you push too hard, it can be tender. It's called the bubbling spring pressure point. You can just gently massage it in one direction. So it's like right here on the foot. I'll just come up a little bit closer to show you. It's right this point right here on the foot. And then massage it in the other direction. So this is meant to calm your nervous system, so it's an acupressure point, and also to support sleep. So if you're ever having like a bit of difficulty with sleep, like giving yourself a nice little massage there, then we'll take both hands and we're just gonna, with the thumbs, draw the energy up towards the toes as you kind of just gently press over that acupressure point, that bubbling springs point. Breathe in, big breath in, slow, steady breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice. And then we'll take your hands and we're just going to gently, it's like, how would you describe this? Like ringing from the front of the top of the foot and the toes all the way to the heel to the ankle. We just kind of grab and ring. So it's like the muscles in the skin and the fascia are kind of going in the opposite direction with each hand movement. And release. So just allow that foot to come down. We'll just breathe in, notice how one side feels compared to the other side. And I'm like, no kidding, I'm noticing like, wow, like not only my foot feels kind of alive, like my calf, like all up in here, it feels like alive. And this just feels like more like this is like a yellow color and this is like a gray color. Hug the other knee in and we'll squeeze and spread the toes. Stretch out the face. Circle the ankle one way. Circle it the other way. Point and flex. Good, just a gentle flex, taking that foot over the knee. Inhale, grow tall. Take your hands between, or your fingers between the toes. That in itself is like, can be, you know, just a nice little stretch. All right, and then once they're kind of in there as best you can, like it's not like my fingers are flush in there. We just really gently with, again, with tenderness and real kindness, just start circling the ankle. And I'm noticing like with my foot, it's not like I've got this huge range of motion I'm going for, like it's just nice and gentle and easy with the body. Turn it the opposite way. I'm seeing if you can bring like that sense of like energetic carrying right into the foot. And release, and then we'll find that bubbling springs pressure point at the foot, and we can just with the thumb, we can just circle in one direction, nice and easy. And then the other direction. And if you're finding that like when you put your thumb on that foot, if it's sore, like really sore communicating with you, like that could be like, okay, pay attention, this could be a plantar fasciitis situation creeping up. So just mental note, take the thumbs now and draw upward towards the toes. Barbara has some really great rolling techniques to help support plantar fasciitis. Yeah, I know, Suzanne, you know too, right? It's like, it's incredible how helpful that is. All right, and then we'll take our hands and we'll just do that gentle kind of wringing in from out to in, from out to in, from the top of the toes, right to the heels, right to the ankles, and then repeat that wringing. And I have this urge to like yawn and sigh. I'm letting that go so that, you know, like there's some tension here being released in my body. So I invite you to do the same anytime in yoga if you have that urge, or anytime, you know. You need to yawn and sigh, you do it. Okay, leaning back. Let's come to stand. And actually, we're going to move right into sun salutation first. We'll do balance after. So forward fold, reaching forward with the hands, reaching back with the hips, slight bend in the knees. We're going to sway back and forth at the shoulders. And as you're doing this, like this is so familiar, right? This forward fold shape, just take note of the feet. How are they feeling? What do you notice as we're now bringing weight into the foot? Okay, let's paddle the pelvis, draw the hips back, left and right side as we bend the knees forward and back, keeping the heels down. Then inhaling, right foot forward, bend the knee over the ankle, press into that back heel, lifting one or both arms up to the sky, lift the arches of the feet, navel, heart shines up. Exhaling, taking your time, and we're gonna fold back into forward fold. And then inhaling left side, press into that back heel, lifting the heart, reaching up, breathing in. Exhaling, hands come down, and exhale, stepping back. Let's do that again. Inhaling, breathing in, and kind of luxuriating in this bit of a slower pace that we have here today. And, you know, knowing that there is wisdom in taking it slow sometimes. What can we learn about ourselves? All right, inhaling, right foot forward, left foot comes out to the side a bit. And we're going to squeeze those thighs and grow tall. Reach your arms forward, open and close the hands. Stretch out the face. Good. Reach, spread the fingers wide, and then just kind of release. Spread them wide and release, spread them wide and release. Now make a claw. Claw. So it's like we're scratching a tree with our claws. Okay, make a fist and nod. 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 Now keep lifting the arches of the feet, circle the wrists. Keep lifting the navel, keep squeezing the thighs towards each other. Keep lifting, circle the other way. So that your bottom, the foundation of the body is really solid as we're moving this upper part of the body. Okay, reach those arms up to the sky. Angel wings behind you. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Press through the wrists, lift the heart. So we're really holding our warrior one here. And then we're going to release, let that go. Lift that back heel, turn that back toe forward, hop it back, and press back into the heel, stretching out the calf. Oh. Stretching out the face. We'll bring that heel down, lift the toe in the front, and just rock back and forth. Okay, hop that foot forward, and we're going to step back into the forward fold. Reaching forward, bend the knees. Whatever little movement feels good here. And inhaling. Left foot forward, right foot comes to the side. So really creating that solid foundation. Press into the back heel, lift the back thigh. Squeeze the thighs, lift, lift, lift. Okay. And we're gonna just do flicky, flicky now. So flicky, flicky, flicky with the fingers. Asymmetrical shapes, symmetrical shapes, whatever you want to do, any kind of movement. Just keep moving those fingers, just creating that, movement of the fluid in the all around the joints and hands. Stretch out the face, and now we're going to release. Lift that back heel, turn that back toe, and hop that foot back. And we're going to lift and lower the heel. And I can feel all up my forearms, this like tingling sensation from the flicky flicky. And then the opposite side, toe lifts and lowers. Lifts, lowers, lifts, and then back and forth. Okay, lift that back heel and hop that foot. Come into another forward fold, bend the knees. Any little movement that feels good. Stretch out the face, and we'll walk our feet to the back of the chair and turn and face the front. Good. Let's take our feet nice and wide and just kind of sink our hips up and down. A little tick-tock of the pelvis, and we'll just do some nice flowing. Inhale down, exhale up, and let's just work at like 50% effort here. Exhale, like I'm kind of famous for like kicking it up a notch, really focusing in on wrapping the muscles around the bones and really getting the most of this movement. But today, let's just work on just flowing that energy through the body. Just a slightly different focus. You can still have that feeling of expansion on the way down, contraction as you rise up. We'll just turn down the volume, okay? Last one. And release. Roll up the shoulders. Turn the toes forward. Slight bend in the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. So just turn the sit bones up towards the sky. This is kind of like a quarterback shape here. Really stretching out the back of the leg. Breathing in and out. Just tabletop is plenty. Nice and easy, rising up. Roll up the shoulders and come to standing. So if you have that block or whatever it is that you were gonna kind of use to balance, just kind of have that nearby. So arms distance from the chair, we're gonna take this outside leg. This should be the right one in front of the left so that we're on the tightrope, growing really tall here. Why don't we throw in a curtsy? So turn your right toe and your left toe in the opposite direction. Sink into our curtsy, lean back until the glute engages, wakes up, then lean forward. Equal weight between the feet, one foot pushing forward, one foot pushing back energetically, like we're trying to rip our mat with our feet. But again, let's today just turn the volume down on that, and we'll just focus in on this really nice shape. All right, and we'll take our arms up and lift the heart, lift the palms up to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, back of the hands together, tuck the chin, gentle rounding. Inhale, lifting the heart. And exhaling. Inhaling. Last one, exhaling. And then release, straighten the legs, turn both toes back onto our tightrope. We'll take our block onto the head. I'm cheating a little bit because I have a headband and a ponytail up here. All right. And let's just start by having that pole, imaginary pole, as if you are about to tightrope over Niagara Falls. Keep the heart lifted. And just finding that drishti point, that focal point that's not moving, something on your wall or a little knot like in the wood on the floor, something like that. And if you're finding this like, okay, this is good, I'm really good at this, then we got to make it more challenging, all right? Because if it's too easy, we got to find the challenge. So maybe moving the arms in this like kind of asymmetrical way. So I'm already feeling my block rock a little bit. And then if we want to make it more challenging, kind of like an asymmetrical movement of the arms, and it's intentional, right? We're intentionally trying to create an environment where you're starting to be a little bit tippy, and I can feel right now my ankles responding. They're kind of like making these like micro movements all the time so that I stay standing up. You guys are amazing. Okay, grab that. 10 out of 10, you guys. Every time I try to make it harder, you're like, yeah, I've got this. We're gonna take that outside leg in front. You're on your tightrope, but we'll do a little curtsy. So pointing the toes out into the corners, make sure you can see. And we just gently bend the knees, lean back into that back leg so the glute engages. Maintain that, then bring the weight forward. Gently just pushing the feet away from each other, but we're not gonna try and rip a hole in the mat. We're just gonna be gentle about it. And we're gonna do the same movement by opening, lifting the heart, inhaling. Exhale, just a gentle rounding, tuck the chin back, the hands together, and then inhaling. And exhaling. Repeating. And then, just check in with the feet. You still have an engagement there. One more. Stretch out the face. And release. Good. Come to stand. We'll turn the toes forward, back onto our tightrope. Grab the block, come into that nice tall spine. Lift the arches of the feet. And you might notice, like, when the other foot is in front, so maybe that's the dominant or the non-dominant foot is in front, you might notice it's different. Okay, it's just an observation. Remember, we're not judging the dominant leg or the non-dominant leg. Okay, now that we've really established a nice tall spine, bring in the movement. Any kind of movement. And then maybe to make it harder, like the movement needs to be a little bit more like jerky. Instead of kind of smooth and symmetrical, like try to make it challenging. Okay, you guys, you're doing amazing. Okay, and release. So really, and I think I've told you this before, the bone fit will come down onto the floor. Recommendations is that you can hold that for 30 seconds. And that was 30 seconds with extra challenge. So we're doing great. Feet on the floor. If you want to grab a blanket or put a little sweater on, reaching forward, tuck the chin, tuck the tail as you scroll down, or simply rolling over to your side. Again, no right or wrong here. We're just going to hug in the knees. I'm actually going to grab my sweater. It's a little chilly in my house today. And you gotta make sure you're warm so the muscles aren't seizing up on you. So we're gonna hug in the knees, stretch out the face, squeeze and spread the toes. Breathing in, breathing out, circle the ankles one way and circle them the other way. Hands on the knees, circling out and around and back in. Nice little stretch of the adductor muscles as you extend this circle just as wide as it feels comfortable around. And then change in direction. Good, feet up, knees out, happy baby. And I invite you to bring some rocking. Maybe sometimes you don't rock. Let's do a little rocking today. Rocking is a really soothing activity. Just gently massaging the back. And then we'll slowly bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out. Breathing to the inside of the leg joint. And then extending the legs up to the sky. Big breath in and exhale, bringing the feet back down. Bringing the feet up and exhale down. One more time, inhale. Exhale, great. We're gonna hug the right knee in, press the left heel away. And then just rock the right knee a little to the left. Bring it across, a little to the right. Back and forth a few times. Good, extend the leg up to the sky, grab onto the thigh behind you and press the heel up to the sky and then release. Press and release. So just extending and releasing one last time, stretching out that back of the leg and letting that go. And we're going to hug the left knee into the chest, press the right heel away. Breathing in and out, and then again we can rock the knee from side to side, just gently exploring that. And then we'll lift the foot up to the sky, take your hands behind the thigh, press the heel up, exhale, release. Press the heel up, exhale, release. Just that a few more times. And release. Great. Take both knees wide, feet as wide as the mat. Arms out to the side, drop your knees to the right and look to the left. And you can play around with the left foot, the position of the left foot to support this stretch. So if you want to, you can take that left foot, left leg to lie over top of the right leg, and you can take your hand on the thigh and really explore this stretch. That's quite deep. Okay, but the position of that foot can be anywhere. You know, you can take your hand to the thigh anywhere and just explore this long, big stretch here from the hip all the way to the knee. Let's breathe into the left rib cage. And then nice and easy, we'll bring the knees back up to center, realign the spine. Take the knees wide, drop the knees all the way to the left, arms out to the side, look right. This might be plenty of stretch for you, but if you want to explore it further, you can play around with the position of the right foot. You can even draw the right leg over top of the left leg, so your hips are kind of stacked, in which case you can take your arm to the, or your hand to the thigh or the knee. You can even draw your hand from the top of the hip down the leg, or giving a nice little massage move here, nice little stretch. And breathe into the right rib cage. And really expand it like a balloon. And release. Okay. Nice and easy, returning to a neutral spine. Hug the knees in one last time. Extend both arms and legs up to the sky, just for a few moments, little inversion. And we could squeeze and spread the toes, open and close the hands. Make a little fist with the, make a little fist with the hands and nod the wrist, point and flex the ankles. And then we're gonna scoop out the peanut butter as we circle the ankles one way, circle the wrists one way, and then change direction. Give your hands and your feet a nice little shake. And then coming into your Shavasana, whatever your preferred Shavasana shape is. So that could be traditional with shoulder blades tucked under, external rotation in the arms and shoulders, palms up, feet just dropping to the side. You can also support the low back if necessary by taking the feet nice and wide and letting the knees drop in. You can put a bolster under the knees, along the spine, whatever you need, whatever it takes to be comfortable. You could take even a little pillow behind the head. Just gently tuck the chin. Turning the attention inward toward the body. Imagine a warm, fluffy comforter just resting on the body, providing you with warmth and comfort and security. Knowing that that comforter has been stitched with love and kindness, compassion. And just allow this warm, comfortable, maybe even like a little bit heavy blanket to just ground you down into the earth. So you feel secure, loved, taken care of, nurtured. Inviting you to bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Breathing in here, feeling connected to the body. And just being really generous with your flow of kindness and compassion, this really positive energy toward yourself, this nourishment. It's a reminder, like you've got you've got your own back here. You've got all this great, love and compassion towards yourself. Taking a few big breaths in and out. And start to just move the feet, squeeze and spread the toes, the hands, open and close, stretch out the face. And if it feels good to you, inhaling your arms up overhead for a gentle full body stretch. Really sensing the whole body from the tips of your toes to the tips of the fingers, reach and getting long, and then exhale, completely surrendering to gravity. In your own time. Bend your knees, wrap your arms around yourself like you're giving yourself a little hug and rolling over to one side. And then we'll just take it easy and come to a nice seated posture. That could be on the floor. It could also be in the chair. Whatever's most comfortable. Sitting with a tall spine. Stretch out the face. Observing the breath flowing in and out of the body. Let's bring both hands over your heart center. And take a moment and thank yourself, as we do every week, for taking care of yourself in this special way, in this practice that is ancient. And we'll seal in with the unifying Om as we inhale together. So much for practicing with me today. Have a great rest of the day. And we'll see you soon.